Hello, and welcome to this video on using the virtual Meitheal appointment system. In this video, we will take a look at how to update your profile to attract the interest of overseas buyers, which ultimately will get you appointment requests, how to manage these appointments, which includes managing meeting requests from overseas buyers, but also requesting your own meetings with buyers who you feel are a good match for your business. And finally, how you can conduct your virtual meetings using the new online video feature. Please note that this is the second video in a series of 4 videos for Virtual Meitheal 2020. Virtual Meitheal 2020 is only open to participants who were already confirmed for Meitheal in March this year. If you were already confirmed, you should have received an email containing a personalised link to your online Meitheal appointment system to complete your registration. Once you are registered, log in as normal and you are brought to your very own personal Meitheal dashboard. The first thing you need to do is review your profile and update it to make sure it reflects you and your business right now. To do this, click on Edit Profile. The 3 areas you should look at are your company profile, which includes your company description, logo and so on. Your personal profile, which includes your contact details, your role and a profile picture. And finally, your networking profile, which describes exactly what your product offering is to entice overseas buyers to request a meeting with you. So let's look at this one in more detail. The title field is very important, as this is what the overseas buyers will filter through when searching for suitable suppliers. For example, you will see that this title is very descriptive and relevant, and the overseas buyer will easily be able to identify the product offering. Give a clear and full description of your offering, the product and services you provide, to whom, and where you are located. The more information you provide, the better chance you have of your meeting request being accepted. It is imperative that you select the keywords that best describe your product offering. It might be that you have multiple keywords to select. For example, you may be a 4-star property with a golf offering, a spa offering, and access to walking trails. So in this case, you would select all of these relevant keywords. You need to make sure you select all the relevant keywords, as this is one of the search tools the overseas buyers can use to search for suitable suppliers and go on to request appointments. There is also an option for you to upload your product image, which is advisable as it will give buyers a greater sense of what you're offering or the location that you're in. If you talk about stunning views, then why not show them that? Click Save Changes when you are done. The facility for you to manage your appointments, which includes accepting meeting requests from overseas buyers as well as requesting your own appointments, will be made available to both international buyers and the Irish industry on the 2nd of July 2020 and will be open until Virtual Meitheal finishes on July 27th. At that point, you will be able to view and manage meeting requests from overseas buyers and also request your own meetings with buyers who you feel are a good match for your business. When that happens, you will have access to more features from your dashboard, as you can see here. From your dashboard, you can view your calendar for each day, see your to-do list, which highlights any actions you may need to take, such as approving meeting requests, some profiles you might be interested in. Now, these generally are based on profiles that match the details and keywords you selected when you registered. And there is also a new profile section which shows you the recently added overseas buyers. If an overseas buyer has requested a meeting with you, then this meeting request will appear on your dashboard as a pending request, and it will also appear in the to-do section of the dashboard, as there is an action required for you to accept or decline the meeting request. You can do this from your calendar, but from here you can also request a different time slot if the time doesn't suit, or if you need more details from the buyer before making your decision, then you can message them directly. But remember, don't take too long to decide, as you only have 48 hours to accept before the appointment is released and the opportunity is gone. If there are other buyers who you feel are a good fit for your business or product offering, then you can take the initiative and request a meeting with them directly. Click on the Request Meetings menu and search for their profile. We would advise you to use the My Match feature to quickly identify matches for either your company, personal or networking profiles. You can also perform manual searches of the buyers or the products on offer based on the markets or countries they operate in, and also by keywords. Once you find them, click Request a Meeting. If there are no appointment times available on your preferred day, you can go on the waiting list. At Virtual Meitheal, you will have the potential to create up to a maximum of 60 appointments. Should you wish to fill an appointment time slot, use the Who is Available button to filter the list so you only see the buyers who are also free at that time. This is a good way to find buyers at the last minute, so you don't waste any opportunities. So now that you have organised all your appointments, shortly before the event you need to prepare yourself for your online meetings. This is very different from before, as all your meetings will be conducted via an online video chat instead of face-to-face. So if this is something you are not used to doing, we would advise you to start preparing for your meetings as soon as you can, and this includes getting familiar with how the online meetings will work and doing a practice meeting by yourself. I would advise that you watch video 1 in this series on preparing for Virtual Meitheal, as it provides you with practical tips on preparing your verbal pitch, as well as things you need to consider around the technology for your online meetings and how to present yourself in the best possible way. You can run as many practice meetings as you want before the event. You will just be on camera with yourself, so don't worry. No one else will hear or see you. To run a practice meeting, go to one of your appointments in your calendar and click the button to start video meeting. Now, one thing to note here, you will need an active webcam and a microphone for the online meetings. If you have a laptop, these are generally built into your laptop, so you don't have anything to worry about. But if you have a PC with a separate screen, it is unlikely that you have a built-in webcam. So just take note, you must have a webcam and a mic, and if you do not have these, I would advise you to look into this immediately and either buy or borrow what you need. As this is your first time starting a video meeting, you will be asked to give permission for the Meitheal system to access your microphone and camera. Click Allow. You will then see yourself full screen. The first thing you need to do is make sure your camera, microphone and speakers are all working correctly. If you can see yourself, then your camera is working. If you can't, then you may have 2 cameras to choose from and the wrong one is just selected. Click on the arrow next to the camera icon and you will see the webcams you can choose from. Select the correct one. To make sure the mic and speakers are working, click on the arrow next to the microphone icon. The green ticks show the default mic and speakers that your machine has chosen. Click on the one you want to use, and if it is working, you will see the green bars move up and down as you speak. For the speakers, click on the test button next to each one, and if you hear a sound, it's working. You can also change these from the settings box. And here you can also change details, such as the name that will appear on screen to the buyer. You may want to change this if your colleague is the one registered, but you are the one conducting the meetings. Once you configure your mic, speakers and webcam and any other settings from the settings screen, these are saved within this browser so that you won't have to do it again. However, if you switch machines or use a different web browser on the same machine, you will need to redo these steps again. Let's now look quickly at the other buttons on the screen so you know what each of them are for. The Share Screen icon is used to share your screen, which you may have to do if you have a presentation, pictures or even a video to show the buyer as part of your pitch. When you select this, you need to choose what you want to share. If you only want to share a presentation, then have it open before you select this option. If, however, you want to move between a presentation, your website and a document, it is easier to share your entire desktop to make this a more seamless exercise. Please note that if you want to share any of the above mentioned, whether it be a presentation or a video during your meeting, you must have them open prior to the call. Word of caution though, make sure you have no personal or sensitive information open on your machine, as your buyer can see everything once you share your entire desktop. When you want to stop sharing, just simply click Stop Sharing. The chat is very handy in cases where maybe you are having technical difficulties and you can't hear the buyer, or they are saying they can't hear you. It's simply another way to communicate. You can also use this chat facility to send the buyer links to things you may want them to take a look at during your meeting. For example, maybe a gallery page on your website for them to look at images, or a Google Map link so they can see for themselves exactly where you are located. Once again, have these links ready and prepared so that you can easily paste them into the chat window. Then you have your call controls right in the middle of the screen. The mic icon is used to mute and unmute your mic. The camera icon switches your camera on and off. And the red button in the middle hangs up the call. Now don't worry if you accidentally click this. Just go back to your calendar and click on the Start Video Meeting button for the same appointment and you will be right back in again. The toggle view icon enables you to toggle between viewing yours and the buyer's webcam side by side like this, or full screen like this. When you are in full screen mode, you will see the buyer's video in full screen and your webcam is a small window in the top right corner. You can easily switch between each view by just clicking on the icons for yourself or the one for the buyer. Full screen view is chosen by default and we recommend you stick with this as it can be very off-putting and distracting seeing yourself on camera and can sometimes take your focus off the person you are meeting. Finally, the three dots in the corner give you access to additional menu items, such as to other settings and features. One to be aware of is video quality. If for some reason you are experiencing technical difficulties like a slow connection, you may want to reduce the video quality to see if that helps. Now that you are familiar with all the features, let's now look at a live simulation of what will happen when you start a real meeting with a buyer. First, you're going to go to your calendar, go to the correct day, scroll to the correct time slot and click on the Start Online Meeting button. Make sure to do this on time. The meeting window will launch full screen. Toggle your view so that you are in full screen mode. If the buyer is in the online meeting before you, well, you will see them full screen. If they have not entered yet, you will just see yourself. Once the buyer enters, wait for a moment and introduce yourself, and then start your verbal pitch. If you need to share screen, do this confidently and with ease. Or have your pictures ready to show on camera. 2 minutes before your time is up, a message will appear to both you and the buyer so you can start wrapping up the meeting. And once you are done, click the red icon to hang up the call and get ready for your next meeting. And that's it. We hope this video helps you to set up all your meetings for Virtual Meitheal 2020 and helps you both prepare for and conduct your online meetings with relative ease. Thanks for watching.